I want to talk about one of the biggest reasons why you're seeing a lot of truckers today quitting. They're leaving their trucks. They also just feel like they're being violated today in the trucking field. And one of the reasons why I want to show y'all just some of the reasons why some of these guys or women are just up and bouncing. And like they basically looking at the career in the trucking field and say, yo, this is not worth it. I'm going to show you one of them right here.
I said, this is what happens when you don't try to pay somebody. You leave that truck in the no parking zone. You don't wait around. You want to not pay money? Then guess what? I got something for your bitch ass. You'll be paying way more than what you were supposed to pay me. So congratulations. Find your truck. And I'm gone.
Truckers is quitting the industry now. Over the road life ain't it, bro. They not getting paid. They not getting paid. I just showed y'all. A couple weeks ago, it's on my page, that Freight Miller wasn't even paying me enough money to stay on that road.
This is one of the things that I talk about, why you're starting to see a lot of dudes starting to feel like they done fumbled the bag, but in actuality, they didn't fumble the bag. They went with companies or people that had a certain amount of trucks. And next thing you know, the people that own maybe 5 or 6, some of them even own about 20 trucks, started basically just nipping away the money that they were supposed to be paying their drivers. I know this for a fact because I have a relative, I don't want to mention her name, but they end up having to bounce because they was like, dude was just pocketing money. And it was like, dog, where's my money at? It's always an excuse. So I understand why you're starting to see a lot of people just bounce up and get up and say, look, I'm done with this. This shit is not worth it. And the reason why it's not worth it is because you're working for companies that don't pay well. And also, I understand the owner operator when it comes to a person owning a company, but it's not a big reputable company, but they have maybe about 10, 15, 20 trucks and they got workers, but these workers don't have the best background. So when they don't have the best background, they tend to take these jobs because it's like, oh, I'm making good money. They start you all good. You're making good. Remember, you're making cents on a mile. Kinda. If you ever notice that their paperwork is not accurate, it's not really up to real standards. It's just meeting the borderline. Whereas though it's looking pretty good because they got you in the door. But once they have you in the door, you'll start to notice that slowly but surely you start being nickel and dime. And next thing you know, you're like, wait a minute. My check don't look right. It's like I'm missing something. And then you start realizing maybe a good couple weeks in, like, wait a minute, yo, I did this load, I did this. And then you always realize that, wait a minute, why is my check starting to come up a little short? And they always have a reason for something. This, that, oh, well, I'm going to put in the next check. It's always something going over to the next check. And then next thing you know, slowly but surely, you start realizing, wait a minute, they've been taking money from. This is happening a lot. Not only that, you also seeing it happen even in the brokerage field, where you're starting to see brokers put loads out. And then when they put these loads out, it's like you're on a dummy mission or something. You're doing these loads, but it's feel like, wait a minute, what is going on right now? Are we doing dummy loads? Because it's like, y'all thinking I'm going to go way over here, pick up this load, and then travel way up in this direction. That's going to take me damn near almost 2 to 3 days. And you think I'm going to just walk away with just the money you offering right now? Whereas though I pay for gas and everything, but I'm probably walking away with about $200 or $300. That ain't worth it. Some people might even be coming close to breaking even. No. It's a price to operate a truck. But where we at now, they're making truckers feel comfortable to quit because it's not beneficial to be able to pay your bills when you actually operate this way. Like, matter of fact, I want to show you another one. Truckers.
Years have been driving trucks.
I'm 27.
And how do you like it after 27 years? Would you recommend it to others?
No.
Yeah, you hate it?
Yeah.
What's the worst thing about
Don't
trucking?
make any money.
Really?
Always paycheck to paycheck.
Mm-hmm. So after 27 years, you haven't been able to really save a ton? What's the biggest challenge besides money with this lifestyle?
Deal with traffic.
Traffic. You have family?
Yeah.
And how did they handle you being gone for all these years?
I don't used to it.
You got used to it?
Yeah.
Would you have done it over again if you had a choice?
No.
No. What is your passion? What's your hobby? What makes you happy outside of trucking?
Trucking and fishing.
I'm fishing. Where do you live?
Cornell, Illinois.
Okay. And
Now, see, this is one of the things I think that a lot of times people that are just getting into the trucking field don't really think about. They think about the money, but never really think about the time you're away from home. One of the things you'll notice is you'll see a lot of older truckers that have lost their family. I understand that a lot of times we push the whole thing of, you know what I mean, you got a family, you're married, then you have kids and everything. But check this out. This is one of the things that you might not think about till you actually in the game. Once you out there on the road so much, you begin to not even know who your family is. You know them by face, you know them by talking to them, but you don't really know them. Reason why you don't know them is because you don't spend enough time around to see your daughter changing up, your son starting to switch up, your son starting to grow into his own. Even though you're seeing them getting taller, you home every couple days and you might be out on the road for maybe a week or two. Then you come home. Remember something. You missing valuable time with your family. So when you're missing that type of valuable time with your family, what it end up happening is once you get to a certain point, you'll realize that, damn, I did not make enough money as I should have, or I thought I was going to make. And I done lost valuable time with my family. A lot of times when people get into certain careers, they don't understand that it's different tiers. It's different levels, and especially in any field you're in, especially in trucking. See, the thing is that a lot of times, like when people starting off in trucking, they don't really think about. They don't think about that if you're hourly, you're doing local, and local you're coming home every day. But it also depends what job you at, depending on what kind of local. You have some local jobs where though they running you rampant. You working damn near almost close to your whole 14 hours of clock time, which means you're going to be burnt out when you get home. I get it. But then also, you look at people that's doing like regional. They're out on the road and they might be out for just a couple days, not a whole week, just a couple days, but they driving a long stint. They're driving a long stint, and then when they turn it back around, they coming back to the terminal that they need to go back to so they can go home. They done missed maybe about a good 2 to 3, sometimes even 4 days of just being home. And when I say miss, I'm talking about the times that you're just not at home because you are working, you're doing something productive, but at the same time, this is valuable time that you miss, even though you got to make money. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it's a bad or good thing. I'm just saying that these are the pros and cons you have to think about. Now, when you think about a person that's doing line haul is one part of trucking where you are home every day. But it's almost like a reverse. You don't have a regular work schedule. It's reverse. Whatever you're trying to do in the daytime, you can. But that's the problem. You're driving throughout the night. So if you're driving throughout the night, you can play around and do all the things that you want to get done in the daytime. But remember something. That's the time you're supposed to be asleep. So it can play against you. But at the same time, you're still able to be home. But home with who? Everybody's at school. Everybody's at work. Especially if you have a wife and she works, she's normally at work while you're home. So it's one of those cycles where it's like, you know what I mean? You kind of got to weigh the pros and the cons to doing line haul. You know, you make good money, but at the same time, you're still losing valuable time. And now when you kind of think about that, you'll think about a person that's actually an over-the-road driver. Now, this person could end up being out for damn near weeks on weeks. I met a guy where he was out of Nashville. He was away from home for over a month and a half. Hey man, this is one of the things why I realized today why you're starting to see a lot of truckers quitting. Because if the pay is not right, the home time is not correct, what is going to be correct? Nothing. One of the things that in the trucking field, you have to basically pick something, a schedule for you that's going to be comfortable for you to be able to live with, and something that's going to make you be able to say, okay, I feel like this is worth getting up for every day. Everything is not for everybody, you know. So I'm going to say that. So, hey, I look at it like this. Whatever you choose to pick and do, make sure you pick and choose wisely. But at the same time, don't complain about the position you in when you able to make the right changes in order to put yourself in a better predicament. I know we're in a bad economy, but at the same time, if you stay stagnated with a job for a long time, you conditioned yourself to be on that type of work environment where those hours are not conducive to your livelihood. So always trust and understand that you gotta make better decisions so you could be in a comfortable position, whatever that means today. All right. Like and subscribe.